would be a creek crossing here on the Homestead Trail. So just came down that hill right there and got to this dry creek. There's a little water on up there, but it's stagnant, you know. So the trail's gonna go on up that hill right there. So like I said, if you come on this maybe during the spring after a rain, you have to go through some water. Cool. So here we are at the Homestead Waterfall section, and obviously you can see that the creek is dried up. There is no water really running at all. There's drippies, but that's about it, and then a little stagnant pool of water at the bottom. So once again, I would think that here in the springtime, after a decent rain, this would be pretty cool to see. So of course that pool is going to have to fill up quite a bit in order to run on down the creek. So, but even dried up, it's still pretty. And the trail's right there. So I'm gonna get back up on that, and it looks like I'm heading up the hill. So, see you in a few. I'm out of wind. Anyway, here's marker 11, and as you see behind me, that's the Glades here in Branson. So that's another section of the Henning Trail. I'm not going to do that one today. It's a different loop, so it'll make it a little bit longer, and got a fly bite in my ankle. Ow. Anyway, so this is the Glades, and I'm going to continue on down that trail. Probably going to take me back down the hill now, maybe a little more uphill. Kind of rough. This is considered a moderate trail, so it's definitely not an easy one, but it's not hard either by any means. So, okay, see ya. Okay, here we are at number 12, Newt Cox Place. Newt Cox owned 160 acres here and built the house at the turn of the century. Newt married Millie Garber, a member of the family, which, sorry, I was looking up, homesteaded the bald to the northwest in the 1890s. Large post oaks lined their drive. You can still see some of them today. There's a bunch of large oaks in here. And you still see some of the cut rock used in the house foundation, and that would be right here. If you can see that. Maybe I should come to the other side of it. You can see these rocks here. That's my trekking poles making all that noise because I'm dragging them. I hope you can see that. Anyway, Coxes grew a wide variety of plums around the house. Millie Garber Cox was the first postmaster of Garber. The post office was located just up the hill behind this house. So I'm thinking up the hill. I don't know which way is up the hill because it looks like it all goes down to me. The second Garber post office was in the newly platted town of Garber, and J.K. Ross, the old Matt in the book of Shepherd of the Hills, was postmaster in 1907. So there you go. Newt Cox's place. Or what's left of it anyway. Interesting history. Number 13, Old Field. The large cedar posts mark the entrance to an old field. Notice how the barbed wire is deeply embedded into these trees. This fence has been here a long time. There's some remains of the fence down there. Also across over here on this tree. You can see it. Another member of the Cox family, probably Newt Cox's son, cultivated this field and then left it to return to the trees in 1930 or 31. By comparing the trees on either side of the fence, you can detect the outline of the old field. Notice the variety in tree size outside the old field and how uniform the trees are inside the field. So the size over there, uniformity, I don't know which side of which is what. No idea. It just looks like woods to me. As you continue, you will be walking down the road that lay between these two posts and lead to other homesteads. Because of the fragile character of the glade environment, the road is still visible decades later. Very cool. So this is the actual road, and we'll be coming up on a homestead here shortly by the Sheltons, and then some trees. Okay. Number 14, Shelton Place. Polly Ann Shelton married Tim Hawkins in 1898. One of their descendants, Mrs. Velma Bass, says she has many fond memories of the Shelton store. The family not only had a hand-dug well, but also put up a retaining wall to pool some of the water from a natural spring. The spring may have been used to keep food cool. Imagine not even having a refrigerator. This one's not as deep as the other one. Well, it could be, but it's maybe just filled in with stuff. But yeah, necessity is the mother of invention.